Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe, but most people know me as Kages Reptiles. And if you've been around a while, you know that I've struggled in the past with PVC enclosures. They come in dinged up, they come in parts not cut quite right. Today, we're trying another PVC business. We are trying Kages, and we're gonna see if they can convince me to be a fan of PVC. I'm super excited because I've only heard good things about Kages, and every time I see one of their enclosures, I'm just like, wow, that looks awesome. So I'm very excited to try one out today. Thank you to Kages for sending me this 4x2x2 to put together and review and see what I think. So look at these pieces, they're like wrapped in this like styrofoam padding. So I love that because they're well protected. In the past when I've gotten PVC enclosures, they're just like the pieces are in the box. So I appreciate that like each piece was taken care to like be padded and protected so it wouldn't dinged up in shipping.
Hi, welcome to my kitchen table. This is where we will be filming today and building. Something I really like about these enclosures is they're not only labeled well, but they're labeled like really well with specific details, which side is right, which side is left. And like most companies nowadays, the instructions are a QR code to their website where you can find the instructions to save on paper, which I love. Now watch this. If you guys have built other enclosures before, you probably at one point in your life had to peel some plastic off. Just look at that. Look at my face.
That came off so quick and easy.
We love that. Anyway, I had to go kind of against the instructions because I was flying solo today. I definitely recommend that you have a second pair of hands, a second person to help you put this together. But because I didn't and I was doing it by myself, I had to kind of go rogue a little bit. But that's how you know if an enclosure is truly a quality enclosure. Can it hold up to Zoe going rogue? And we're gonna find out if it can. But needless to say, I went in the completely like wrong order of parts that the instructions like wanted you to go in, because I just could not hold the pieces together on my own the way that it wanted me to. So I had to go out of order. But anyway, if you don't have one of these little handy like rechargeable drills, you need one. They're perfect for putting enclosures together. That's literally the only thing I use mine for, is putting enclosures together. But it's so nice to not have like some really big drill, just like this little handheld thing that just like sits in my desk drawer. I love it. Now just while I'm talking, I'm like literally putting this enclosure together by myself. It was so easy to do, even alone. Granted, I've built a couple enclosures alone now, so I've kind of got it down to a system, but it was still very easy to put together. And then we have this center support beam, which I actually didn't put in right away. I got ahead of myself and put the doors in because I was so excited, and I've never put a center support in before, but voila, look at that, we did it, we're done.
All right, the enclosure's together. Let's talk about it. So first of all, really easy to put together. I did go against the instructions a little bit because I was working by myself and I only have two hands. So I kind of went out on my own, but that's like the true test of how good an enclosure is if it can withstand me going rogue on it. And it did. So you know the drill. Enclosure reviews, we've got to talk about our pros and our cons. Now this is without me actually using it. This is just kind of like first impressions. So first impressions, I'm rating it a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. I'd really love to give it a 10, but there's just a couple little things, and you guys know I'm super nitpicky because I want to give you guys the most honest review that I can. So like usual, we'll start with some of the cons. Now I have this problem with the majority of my enclosures, and that's that I really struggled to get all of the stickers off. I've been told that if you hit it with like a hairdryer and warm it up, it comes off easier, but without doing that, I have a hard time getting it off. I'm gonna need some Goo Gone to get it all clear. I haven't touched the ones on the inside yet because I know they're gonna end up kind of like that. I only have one other con, and that's in this front door track right here. The bottom, it almost feels like it didn't get a flat straight cut all the way across. There's a little bump right here, so it doesn't affect the doors shutting or moving at all, but it does, but it's not totally flat and even. So when I'm opening and closing the door, there is a little bit of a wobble there, but it does still shut all the way. It still lines up with the end. It still stays in place. It's still very secure and very sturdy. It's just when I go open it, there's that little bit of unsteadiness right there, like it's not totally flat. And my guess is that's probably just a weird thing that happened during the cutting process. Like, I wouldn't expect that to be normal for these enclosures. I think that was just kind of like a one-off weird thing, so I'm not too worried about it, especially because it doesn't affect the functionality of the door. But I did want to mention it because we're being honest. Okay, so now on to the pros. Obviously, the packaging was a huge pro, very secure, very well packaged. The biggest thing for me and why I really wanted to give this enclosure a 10 out of 10 was that this is the first time that I've gotten a nice big white PVC like this that didn't have any scratches, any nicks, any dents. All of the pieces were in perfect condition. Not a single scratch, anything. And that is my biggest complaint with PVC, is it's a very soft material. So usually it comes in having been bumped around, getting packed up and in shipping, and by the time it gets to me and I open it, it's got dents and scratches in the whole 9 yards. This was so well packaged that everything is in perfect condition. There is not a single dent, scratch, gouge, anything. And that makes me very excited because it makes the enclosure look high quality and look clean, where some of my other ones look a little beat up. And they looked that way before I even started using them. Next pro is that the doors are nice, thick glass. So heavy duty, they're not gonna flex over time. They're gonna hold up really well to scratches. Like, these are high quality doors right here. And I think honestly the doors are probably heavier than the enclosure is itself. Next pro, and I didn't realize this when I was putting it together, so I actually skipped over it and had to go back, was it has a center support. I only have one other enclosure that has a center support, and it's because it's like a 5-foot enclosure, so it's huge. So this is like the first PVC enclosure or enclosure of this size that I have that has a center support. And the difference it made, like, I thought I could have gone without a center support. And I was like, well, let me follow the instructions, let me put it in. And I put it in, and holy cow. Now I want to make a center support for my other enclosures, because those enclosures, I struggled. Granted, my other PVC enclosures, the doors are cut wrong, everything is just cut wrong, so it hardly fits together anyway. But especially with the weight of everything, it's kind of sagged down and makes it really hard to open and close the doors. Now I'm wondering if I install a center support, if it will make my life a little bit easier and make me hate those enclosures a little bit less. This is amazing, and I love that it is done with like this clear glass material, so it doesn't obstruct your viewing. That's probably my biggest complaint with center supports, is that it breaks up my viewing and it's like just a bar in the middle of the enclosure. So I love that this is clear, so I can see through it. It's not going to obstruct my view and ruin me enjoying the enclosure. So first impressions, 9 out of 10, definitely the best PVC enclosure I've ever put together, reviewed, tried out. So of course we'll have to see what I think about it after using it, but this has me thinking that PVCs might be the way to go. So congratulations, Kages. You did it. You changed my mind. You showed me that PVC cages can come in and not look like garbage. So they can come in and they can look nice and beautiful and be heavy duty and just awesome. So I'm really excited. I'm still not sure who I'm going to put in here. I keep going back to maybe a little Maple, my pancake tortoise, because she's getting big enough now that it would be really cool to be able to put together a big, like, rocky Africa scene in here. But I don't know, I keep going back and forth on who I want to put in here. But I figured I could at least get it built, so that way that was done. So if you want to see who I end up putting in here and how I set it up, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can see more of this enclosure and how it works when it's actually in use. Have you used Kages before? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't used them before and you want to try them out, I do have an affiliate link for them, which will be in the description below. so you can go and check them out. Again, thank you so much to Kages for sending me this enclosure to review. So far, I am in love with it, and I can't wait to set it up for a lucky animal. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you for the next video. Bye.